So there you go, that was your October tour. Seriously though, the frost has been holding off and there's a lot of things that just don't want to die. So I decided that October the 15th, this is October the 17th actually, it's been delayed. I'll give you a little tour of the highlights. Early on in the year I was talking about doing verjuice from the Honright grapes. Most of the grapes, they ripened up and I only have a few of them left. I've taken most of them off and in the next couple of days I'll take the rest. So they are on this end and also up on the other end. The Russian mulberry, they are starting to turn and go into dormancy. This is how they do it. Their leaves turn yellow and they just drop off. I can plant these now or wait till first thing in the spring, soon as the ground can be worked, before they come start to grow again. The rest of this doesn't seem, the pea shrub seems to be fading, but I have to, I'm going to wait until next year when they come back to see who's survived the winter. Yeah, the tomato plants is not too healthy here now, but I do have a bunch of green, I gotta pick that one up now then, a bunch of green yellow pear tomatoes that I need to pick. And this is where the actual yellow onions are, you see, so I don't remember how many I have planted there. Remember, I put out 2 pepper plants. See, this one is still alive. I haven't got any temperatures to really damage it yet. I'm going to dig it up and bring it into the sunroom, and hopefully it survives the winter. I took a couple off of this already, and there's a few more on there. I harvested the vegetable marrow that was there. I got one here that's a nice size, but it's not turned light yet. It's not fully ripe. I also have another one over here with a mushroom beside it. On the outside of the fence, you see what I meant back in the spring when I said they'll keep blooming right till frost. They're closed now because it's early in the morning, but midday there'll be a whole bunch of poppy flowers open there, and they're inside as well, so they are self-seeding. They'll be spreading. They'll spread quite a lot in this year. I'll have California poppies coming up all over. I got a couple of green tomatoes from these tomato plants. They are faring a little better down here than the other patch I just showed you. The perennial onions done wonderfully this year. This grapevine lost all its leaves as the cold weather started to come on, and this one is showing signs of fading now, but just a month later, so I'm assuming it's a difference between the moisture level there and here. And look at these tomato plants. See if I can get a still nice and healthy. They're putting on flowers, but they're not going to produce anything. And I'm just saying that it's October the 17th and I got healthy tomato plants out in the garden. This lovage didn't grow as well as the one up in the herb garden, but it's healthy, and it'll get its way around. Maybe the one in the herb garden was is the anomaly. These did very well for their second year. That's St. John's wort. These things, this is the Chinese. You see down right there, a little bit of green. It's right there, a little bit of green. Just right there. They're still alive, but they don't take too much dryness at all, and hot and dry they really don't like. This is as far as I got. I did get the big pile here ground up, and I had another pile of branches here I ground up. I had to finish clearing this now and see what the cliff face is like, because I want to put the greenhouse, have the cliff as the back of the greenhouse. This is the end house that we had silkies in, those little really fluffy small hens. And of course, you know, the greenhouse. The blueberry bushes are slow growing, This is the second summer they've been there. So I got the ones to come to the damage from the hares, and then this one over here. So they're both still really small. Of course it's an experiment and we'll see what happens. The oregano underneath this kind of shrub I'm liking, and with the oregano it won't spread very fast, and you come out, you can cut it right way back and it'll grow again. So it's an excellent thing that you can keep it whatever size you want underneath another shrub. I never paid much attention to this one. This is the fox willow, and this is another willow of unknown that I can't seem to get to actually grow into a full-size willow. It's broke off like 3 or 4 times. I'm not happy with the growth of the maturing apricot, but it was healthy all summer. See, this is the red mulberry, and these I'll wait and see how they come back in the spring before I actually put them into pots or wherever. And I think these 3 honey locusts will do well. The black locust perked right up when I took the tomato plants away. So finally I got my mower. I mowed around down here, and I cleaned out around the bushes, and it's looking really nice now. Well cleaned out. There's a parsley that grew well here. The one tomato plant. This is savory, I think. And another Romeo cherry. But as I was saying, I cleaned out, and you can see the bush now. You can actually see how big this sea berry is getting. And I'm wondering if I should put in a stake and tie him up straight, because he's bent right over toward the sun, of course. And that was the neglected cherry plum, so that'll grow nicely now. But then here's the 2 gooseberry bushes. It looks much nicer with them cleaned out, eh? As I was saying, the frost was holding off, and we usually wait until we get a couple mild frost before we start pulling up these root crops. So this is the beets, but it's October the 17th, so I am going to be over this next week pulling up all the root crops. I've got onions that don't want to die. I'll tell you about that in the onion video. This is where the dark garlic is going to go in a couple of days when I get to plant it. You remember the squash that I planted here just to see what would happen? It was in late July. Well, this looks like a vegetable marrow. There's another female plant there, but I will actually get a fruit from this one right here. I don't remember which one was more iffy. This is apparently Rondinite zucchini, and it's growing. I mean, it's the year, the frost is holding off, but what I'm saying is that each year, if you have a space, then give something a try. You never know, because the weather is different year to year. All in all, the growing season done very well. Hope you enjoyed the little tour. I'll give you a little view of the patch from overhead right now. Make sure you leave me a comment and tell me how you liked it. And I shall see you in the next video.